Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a very exciting but very different video to share with you guys, at least different from what I normally show. If you know what Seiko is, then you'll know that this is not a knife, it is a watch, and I'm very excited about it. This just came in. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. Let's go ahead and get into this box and find out what we've got. Nothing! And that's because it's already on my wrist. Oh my gosh. I am so excited about I bought this for myself. Seiko did not send, I don't think Seiko knows that I exist, but this is the new Seiko Sumo Nightvision, or Nightvision Sumo, or whatever you want to call it. I'm so excited about this. This is, in my opinion, it's one of the coolest looking watches that I have ever seen. This was an impulse buy. I was on YouTube at 1 in the morning, and there was a video that was randomly suggested to me, and I was immediately captivated by this full black PVD version of the Seiko Sumo with the non-reflective surface, the ceramic bezel, and of course that awesome kind of cyan or blue-green, the night vision looking glow of the, it's not actually glowing, I'll talk about that here in a second, but the sort of blue-green glow of all of the little, you know, hour markers and the minute and the hour hand. So cool. So there's actually a lot of things that have led to this purchase here, but the Sumo, if you don't know, is one of my favorite watches. I'm a big fan of divers, and I never thought that I would really get into watches, but I did, mostly thanks to Nick Shabazz, who sold his Seiko Samurai to me. Is this the Save the Ocean edition? I know that watch people are going to be super irritated with me because I'm just like a goof who doesn't really know much about watches and is just buying them because he likes them. And I know that that can be kind of irritating to watch people, so I'm sorry about that. But I found the world of Seiko divers initially so interesting, and this really did it for me. So ironically, the guy who says, you know, don't get into watches, like the guy who says that is the guy who got me into watches. And I know that he laughs before he goes to sleep every single night, knowing that he has ruined me ferociously. But this turned into a number of purchases. And you guys are going to see that I've got very specific desires when it comes to this stuff. But I'm not going to show all the watches that I purchased. But ultimately, it transitioned into a King Samurai, which I don't know why I got rid of. But I also ended up with a King Turtle, and I want to stop on this one because if you've looked up the price of this, which I'll have linked in the description, it's pretty expensive. I think the retail is $1,250. I paid $1,150, which I think a lot of people would point out is still too much. I think you can occasionally get these for a little bit less, maybe around $1,000. But again, impulse buy. Not the smartest shopper when it comes to watches. But I will point out that this Nightvision series that they did, this special edition Nightvision series, extends to 2 other watches, and one of them is the King Turtle, which is substantially less expensive. I might actually go ahead and buy that one as well because I love the King Turtle. This is an amazing watch. So if you like the look of this one, but you don't like the idea of spending over $1,000 on a watch, I think this one, the Nightvision version of this guy, goes for $500 or $600, and admittedly is, like in a lot of ways, just as impressive, right? But I love this watch. This was a daily driver for me. I have no reservations against wearing, you know, watches like this day to day. It doesn't bother me at all. I'd lusted after the Sumo for a long time, and I bought one, a black one, which I sold to Nick Shabazz, funny enough, and then actually missed it and turned around and bought, at the time, my dream watch. And I know people are going to cringe at that. But at the time, my dream watch was this exactly. It was the Seiko Sumo Ice Diver, which I still love to wear. I love the look of this watch. This is the older one. The Night Vision version of the Sumo is based on the newer Sumo. So you can see like the bezel is different. It's not aluminum anymore. It's the ceramic. And then you have just subtle differences here or there, but I absolutely love it. But this watch really, I think set the stage for a number of purchases that are similar or not so similar, right? But ultimately, I started looking at some other watches around the same territory, and I think shortly after or short before, I feel like the Marine Master 200, which was also a watch that I wore exclusively for a long time. I think I made this purchase slightly after the Ice Diver, and I loved this watch. Absolutely loved it. And I bought it because at the time, I could not afford this guy, which was the Marine Master 300. This, after the Ice Diver, was my dream watch for a long time. And I was just like, man, I'm not ready to spend that much money on a watch, which is funny because I have no reservations against spending this kind of money on a pocket knife, which is, I don't know, you could argue utility like one way or another, right? I'm not a diver. I'm not somebody who dives. I just love automatic divers for the idea that I love how they look traditionally, like especially the Seiko aesthetic. I love the idea of them being waterproof, even if or waterproof up to a certain depth, even though I'm nowhere near, like the closest thing that I get is like waist deep in a pool or a lake or something. But I love that. And I love how they operate. I love how they look, but absolutely love this watch. This was a much later purchase, but before that, I was taking a look and experiencing a lot of things. My first all black diver was actually, and these are really cool, and I don't think a lot of people know about these, but this is the TFG diver, and it's huge. It's like a 45, but really, really cool. Love the crossing swords and everything. This was also a watch that I wore a ton, and I think these are 700 or 800 on Tools for Gents, but this was a really fun one, and I very much enjoyed that watch. That purchase led to, I think ultimately, it wasn't this specific one, but the original TFG diver, I think the purchase shortly after, and this one was a wild departure from a lot of this stuff and kind of moving back to the same aesthetic as the Samurai, but this was the Formex Reef, which before this guy was the most money that I had ever spent on a watch, and I still love this. In so many ways, it's so different than a lot of the watches that I've collected over the years, but I absolutely love it. And this is a watch that I wear occasionally to dinner because it's a lot less bulky and a lot more sleek, I guess. I also have two bezels for this. I have this bezel and I have the all gray bezel, which makes it look super fancy. But my biggest venture into the black watches, I think ultimately the one that like really captivated me was when Kunmu sent their all DLC and Timascus Nanhai, which you can purchase or pre-order right now. I can't remember, but I'll have it linked under the Kunmu Knives link down in the description. This was so cool because this was, in a lot of ways, this was like definitely the watch world and the knife world combining or meeting, and like in like the best way, not colliding so much as just meeting and holding hands. I love the Timascus bezel, which is optional. I also love the mirror black DLC, not PVD, but DLC on this watch, which is gorgeous. I think this is a Salida movement. I can't remember which one it is, but a diver and just so cool. This is such an amazing watch. It feels so high quality, but I kind of started to, after this watch, I was like, man, the next opportunity that I have to get an all black watch that just looks awesome, I'm going to go for it. And there was really nothing that I had seen that caught my eye, and I had, truthfully, before this, I had purchased the watch, which I'm going to go ahead and say is my favorite of all time. The next watch I'm going to show you is the watch that I wear more than anything else, and it is my favorite watch by a landslide, and that is the Tudor Pelagos, or Pelagos, or whatever you want to say. Much, much more expensive watch. This, to me, is watch perfection, at least as far as what I have experienced, which many watch people will say is essentially nothing, and you'd be right? But I've seen a lot of knives that are more, knives, I've seen a lot of watches. I wonder how many times I've done that in this video so far. I've seen a ton of watches that are more expensive and less expensive than this watch, and I don't like the look of anything. I mean, it's hard to judge it without wearing it, but I don't love the aesthetic of anything that I've seen so far. And truthfully, a lot of the reason that I love this one is the 60 click, which is, oh God, the action is, this is superior bezel action to anything. I also like the heavier detent, even though I missed it. It's got a heavier detent at the noon position, which I guess allows you to adjust it in the dark. It also has really cool loom, which we're going to look at here in a second, but it's also got a titanium band, and it's got an adjustable clasp built in, and I love this. I wear it all the time. Might not look like it, but I wear it all the time, and I absolutely love it. It's wonderful. I had also purchased an Omega Seamaster, which I thought was cool, but not my style. So I actually ended up selling that knife for a massive discount to a patron, and ultimately purchasing the watch that I should have purchased instead. For me, I'm not saying this watch is better. I'm saying for me, right, this is more my style. But this is the Seiko LX. It's essentially in between the base Prospects and the Seiko, like the Grand Seikos, right? This has a spring drive in it, which I had never experienced, and I can say this is it's far and away the most accurate watch. It's even more accurate by quite a bit than even my Pelagos. But this is an amazing watch, and I picked this up because it reminded me of like a super version of this guy, which I already thought was like big and chunky and bulky. This guy is that, but all titanium and just so cool. It might be too busy for some people, but I love this watch. Love carrying it. It's a little bit extra versus this guy, which is why I like this a little bit more than this guy. Just, this is less extra. I like this for a lot of reasons, and I wear it a lot, but I wear the Pelagos more because it's just so subtle and subdued. And, you know, unless you knew a lot about watches, you wouldn't think anything of this. You would think that this might be a $20 watch, which I kind of like, you know. I really like that. But all of this had me focused on this specific style of diver. And the Sumo was kind of at the core of all of this. I don't know if watch guys would agree with me that the Sumo is kind of the core of what I like. But I've always been specifically attracted to that aesthetic. And so with this newfound love of all black watches, which a lot of people don't like, and my kind of back of my mind hunt for the next cool all black watch, when they combined the Sumo with this look, it was essentially, I was like, I must have that. I knew, I was like, I don't even care. I know that's going to be expensive. I almost don't even care. I have to have it. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I did. It's got a couple of things that are a little bit annoying, right? I am happy that they have like the milled clasp. That's cool. I don't know what Seiko's thing is against screw down links, but I mean, that would have been cool, right? The band is, I guess, okay. I do like the new ceramic bezel on this new guy. I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't have the Cyclops, but some people prefer it that way. I always liked the Cyclops, so some people just prefer it that way. I mean, truth be told, my Tudor doesn't have it, so maybe I don't even realize what the preference is. But I love this look, this blue and black, and my love for that comes very specifically from, what on earth, how the Pelagos looks in the dark. And if I can get a flashlight, there's one. If I can get a flashlight here, I can show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. All right, so let me go ahead and charge this guy up here real good, because I want to show you what I love about this watch, and ultimately what, like I said, what led me to just like aggressively purchase this other one. And it's not the only watch that I have that has this, but it does do the best job. And I know a lot of you guys know exactly what that is. It's this color of Loom. This is so cool. You can see in the background some of these watches with their Loom color. This is incredible. This is far and away something like the absolute cherry on top of what I love about the Pelagos is this Loom. It's so good, and it is so much brighter than anything else that I own, right? Now, what would have done it for me with this other one here, the one that I just purchased, the Sumo, is the same thing. And you would assume, right? It almost looks like it's permanently glowing that way, even in the daylight, which I will say, is kind of what evens this out for me. Because instead of only being able to enjoy that color combination at nighttime, right, or when it's really dark, every time I look at this watch, even in the daytime, it seems to be glowing. But to my surprise and kind of disappointment, it's green. Sorry. And it looks great. It looks really great, but it's green. And I was like, well, why? Why not the blue, right? So I don't know. I feel like that would have been super cool. And here's the thing, I don't know enough about Loom to know if the blue, this bluish glow, is more expensive or just like something that Seiko just doesn't do. But that would have been awesome. But truthfully, the Loom on this seems to be pretty good. I don't know enough about it. But yeah, ultimately, I think I just wanted to kind of share with you guys what led to this purchase. And this is just like everything else, all the other watches that I own. These are watches that I will wear, and I'll wear in the water. You know, I mean, not dive, but I mean, the Pelagos has been in a lake. So I don't really mind taking these things out and wearing them and using them. They seem very durable to me. They seem very dependable to me, and I'm not out, you know, like mountain climbing or doing anything like that. I'm not doing anything that would cause any type of destruction to these things. So I would assume that they would continue to last. But I have very much enjoyed this. This is far from my last watch purchase, but I think I'm going to enjoy this one for a while before I pick up anything else. So I'll link the appropriate links down in the description, especially the Nightvision King Turtle that you can pick up for less than half, of this one. And I think a lot of you might enjoy that. But I was unaware that they did this Nightvision series, so I was really, really excited about it. Let me know what you guys think, but that's going to be pretty much it today. So please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Oh my God, what a bad joke. And have a great day.